Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq, with daily insight on the Nasdaq-100 Index, or the NDX, which is made up of 100 of the largest domestic and international non-financial innovative companies listed right here on the Nasdaq stock market. The NDX has been the barometer for U.S. large cap growth and also one of the best performing indexes over the last decade and a half, not to mention one of the most liquid index ecosystems in the world. Joining us this Wednesday afternoon, we have McCormack, QQQ Equity ETF Strategist at Invesco, to discuss weekly trends in the Nasdaq-100 as tech continues to outperform. Ryan, it's great to see you. Welcome back to Trade Talks, and quite the week for the Nasdaq-100.
Thanks, Jill. Good to be here. And yeah, it certainly was a great week for QQQ and the stock market on the whole, right? I mean, I think as you're looking at weekly performance, Qs up around 7% versus the S&P 500 up 4.53%. Year to date, QQQ is up over 39% with the S&P 500 up 10.31, which is close to 29 percentage points of outperformance. So I think stocks were bolstered on the hopes of additional fiscal stimulus and ahead of earnings season. But a big week indeed, as yesterday, Invesco and Nasdaq continued their partnership and broadened the innovation suite with the first days of trading for two new ETFs, QQQM, which tracks the Nasdaq-100, and QQQJ, that tracks the Nasdaq Next Generation Index. So we're very happy to have them in the Invesco Nasdaq kind of innovation suite.
Yeah, those two ETFs are going to be a lot of fun to watch. Let's take a look at sector performance. What was driving it there?
Yeah, I mean, for QQQ, it's the usual suspects are three overweights: tech, communication services, and consumer discretionary. But broadly, when you're looking at QQQ and S&P 500, all sectors in the Qs, all sectors in the S&P 500 positive for the week. So I think, again, off the back of these hopes for additional fiscal stimulus, which, according to today's comments, maybe dampened a little bit, certainly drove optimism over the past 6 trading days.
And finally, when we take a look at the individual names driving performance, I would imagine it's the usual suspects.
Well, I think usual suspects in the kind of e-commerce world, right? You have Mercado Libre and Pinduoduo leading the way, both up near 16% on the week. Additionally, you have Moderna and Liberty Global in there in the top 15 performers to QQQ. But those 4 names, again, not held in the S&P 500. So you're seeing that differentiation. But broadly, a really good week for stocks, as within Qs, only 3 companies or 4 share classes had negative performance for the week. On top of the fiscal stimulus, or hopes for stimulus, it kind of rose or helped drive a lot of that performance across the fund. And then ahead of that, you had really big events from Apple, where they released their new iPhone 12. You have Amazon Prime 2-day event coming up, which serves Amazon really well heading into the holiday season, as there's continued uncertainty around how much people want to be shopping in brick and mortar stores. So it'll be really interesting to see that data from Amazon.com and just how big their Prime Day event was.
All right, Ryan, great to see you. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks.
Thanks, Jill.
And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.